Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. This story is about two very important countries in East Asia, China and Japan. They are close neighbors. The East China Sea separates them. China is a very large country on the Asian mainland. It shares borders with many other nations. Japan is an island country located to the east of China. It is made up of many islands. These two countries have known each other for a very long time. Their history together goes back thousands of years. During this long time, their relationship has been many things. It has included periods of friendship and times when they learned from each other. But it has also included times of trouble and conflict. Understanding this long history is important to see why their relationship today is so significant. We will explore how China and Japan have influenced each other. We will look at how they shared ideas and culture in the past. For example, Japan learned about writing and religion from China a long time ago. These early connections helped to shape both countries. However, their history also has parts that are difficult. There have been wars and disagreements. These events have left deep marks on their relationship, even until today. Today, China and Japan are still very important to each other. They are also important to the whole world. They have strong connections in business and trade. But they also still have some problems and different ideas about history and certain territories. This story will help us understand these different parts of their relationship. We will learn about their land, their people, and their cultures. We will also look at their past and how it affects their present. By the end, you will have a clearer picture of these two powerful neighbors. You will see why their ongoing relationship matters so much for Asia and beyond. We will learn about the challenges they face and the ways they try to work together. This introduction sets the stage for our journey to understand China and Japan, two countries with a shared past and an important future. 2. Big country, island country. China and Japan are neighbors in East Asia, very different in size and geography. China is a very large country on the Asian mainland. It shares borders with 14 other countries. Its total area is about 9.6 million square kilometers. This makes China the third largest country in the world. Japan is an island nation. It lies to the east of China across the East China Sea. Japan is much smaller than China. Its area is about 378,000 square kilometers. This means China is approximately 25 times bigger than Japan. Japan is made up of thousands of islands, with 4 main islands holding most of its land. The number of people living in each country also shows a big difference. China has the largest population in the world. Over 1.4 billion people live there. Japan has a much smaller population. About 125 million people call Japan home. The land itself looks very different in these two nations. China has many different kinds of land. In the western parts of China, there are tall mountains, high plateaus, and dry deserts. In the eastern parts, the land is flatter and good for farming. There are wide plains and deltas formed by big rivers. Two very important rivers in China are the Yangtze River and the Yellow River. These rivers have been central to China's history and its people for thousands of years. Japan's landscape is mostly mountainous. Because of this, most of Japan's population lives along the coasts where the land is flatter. The country is known for its beautiful mountains and active volcanoes. Japan is also located where tectonic plates meet. This means the country often experiences earthquakes. Sometimes these strong earthquakes can cause tsunamis, which are very large ocean waves. So, China is a vast mainland country with a huge population and diverse geography. Japan is a smaller island nation, very mountainous, with a smaller population and a unique coastal living style. These geographical differences have shaped the two countries, influencing their cultures and how people live. 3. Learning from a neighbor. Many years ago, China and Japan were close neighbors. Japan, being an island nation, often looked across the sea to the large country of China. China had a very old and developed culture. Because of this, Japan began to learn many important things from China. This was a time of peaceful exchange and great learning between the two nations. One of the most important things Japan learned was a system for writing. Before this time, Japanese people did not have their own written language. They started to use Chinese characters. These characters helped them to write down their own spoken words. This was a huge step for Japan. It allowed people to record history, share stories, and send messages across distances. This new way of writing changed Japan forever. Religion also traveled from China to Japan. Buddhism was a major religion in China. It moved across the sea and became very popular in Japan. Many Japanese people started to practice Buddhism. They built many beautiful temples and statues which showed their new faith. These temples often used building styles that came from China, showing a clear connection. Japan also learned new ideas about how to rule a country. They looked at China's strong government and its system for organizing society. Japanese leaders wanted to make their own country strong and well-ordered, so they took some Chinese ideas about government and law. They used these ideas to create their own system for governing Japan, adapting them to their needs. It is important to remember that Japan did not just copy everything. Japanese people were very clever. They took Chinese ideas and changed them. They made these ideas fit their own traditions, beliefs, and way of life. This process made Japan's culture unique. It was a mix of things learned from China and things that were already Japanese, creating something special. Many parts of Japanese culture show this learning. For example, the beautiful Japanese kimono, a traditional dress, was influenced by clothes worn in China during the Tang Dynasty. Art, music, and even some food preparation methods also came from China. The way cities were planned and built sometimes showed Chinese influence too, reflecting the deep cultural exchange. This period of learning from its neighbor was very important for Japan. It helped Japan to grow and develop its own special culture. It shows a long history of peaceful connection and sharing between these two important countries. These early lessons helped shape Japan into the country it is today, with a rich cultural heritage. 4. Times of trouble. After many years of learning and sharing, the relationship between China and Japan also saw difficult times. There were periods when the two countries fought wars. These conflicts were very serious and changed their history forever. Such times of trouble left deep marks on both nations and their people. One important war was the First Sino-Japanese War. This conflict happened between the years 1894 and 1895. It was a war that showed big changes in power in Asia. Japan won this war, and this victory changed the balance of power in the region. This war had a strong impact on both countries and their ideas about each other. It marked a shift in their long history together. Later, another very big conflict took place. This was called the Second Sino-Japanese War. It started in the year 1937 and ended in the year 1945. This war was also a part of a larger global conflict, World War II. During these 8 years, there was much fighting and great trouble for many people across China. The war caused a lot of damage to cities and towns, and it brought immense sadness and loss to families. It was a very dark period in the history of both nations. These wars did not just end quickly. They had a very long-term effect on the relationship between China and Japan. Even after the fighting stopped, the memories of these conflicts stayed strong. They created strong feelings and disagreements that lasted for many decades. The wars made it harder for the two countries to trust each other fully. They also led to different views on important historical events. People in both countries remembered the suffering and sacrifices. The times of trouble showed a different side of their long connection. While there had been much cultural exchange and peaceful learning, these wars brought pain and division. Understanding these difficult times is important for everyone. It helps us see why some problems between China and Japan continued for many years. It shows how past events can shape the present and the future. Even though many years have passed since these wars, their echoes can still be felt in different ways today. Both nations had to work hard to move past these difficult periods, but the conflicts changed how they saw each other and how they acted on the world stage for a long time. These historical events continue to influence their discussions and interactions even now, making their relationship complex. 5. New governments, new money. After their long history, China and Japan chose different ways to govern their countries in modern times. China has a communist government. In this system, one main political party leads the country. This party is called the Chinese Communist Party. It makes the big decisions for the nation. The government controls many parts of life in China, including its large industries and public services. This strong central control has shaped China's rapid development and economic growth over the past decades. Japan chose a different path for its government. It has a democratic government. In a democracy, people can choose their leaders by voting in elections. Japan has a prime minister who leads the government day to day. This leader is chosen by the people's representatives in parliament. The country also has an emperor. The emperor is a symbol for the country and its long history, representing unity. He does not have political power, but he is an important cultural figure. So while one country has a single-party system, the other has a system where people vote for their leaders. These different governments shape how each country works and makes decisions today. Both China and Japan have very strong modern economies. They are important players in the world of business and trade. China has the second largest economy in the world. It is a huge country that makes many different products. China is known as a global manufacturer. This means factories in China produce a lot of goods that are sold all over the world. These products include clothes, electronics, and toys for millions of consumers. China sends these goods to many other countries as a major exporter. Its economy has grown very fast in recent years, becoming a powerhouse for global production and international trade. Japan also has a very powerful economy. It is the third largest economy in the world. Japan is famous for its advanced technology and high-quality products. Many people know Japanese companies for making excellent cars. Brands like Toyota, Honda, and Nissan are known everywhere for their reliability and innovation. Japan also makes many other kinds of technology, from robots to cameras and precision electronics. These high-tech goods are sold around the globe, showing Japan's focus on quality and innovation. Both countries have economies that greatly affect people far beyond their own borders. Their businesses and trade help many other nations in the world, making them vital to the global market and economy. 6. Friends in the world. Today, China and Japan share a very important relationship. It is a complex connection with both strong friendships and some challenges. One of the strongest parts of their relationship is their economy. China is Japan's biggest trading partner. This means many products move between the two nations every day. Japanese cars and technology go to China, and Chinese goods go to Japan. This large amount of trade helps both countries' economies to grow strong. Their strong economic ties are important not only for them, but also for the global economy. Both countries are major players in international business and trade, creating jobs and wealth for many people. Beyond trade, China and Japan also work together in other ways. They are members of important international groups, like those focused on trade or regional security. In these groups, they discuss global issues and try to find solutions. For example, they might talk about protecting the environment from pollution or helping poorer countries develop. They also cooperate on international health matters. Working together on these big problems shows a desire for cooperation and shared progress in the world. They understand that some challenges need many countries to work as one. However, their relationship also has disagreements. One area of difficulty is about history. The two countries remember some past events differently, especially from times of war. These different views can sometimes cause tension and make people feel sensitive. Another ongoing problem is about territory. There are some small islands in the East China Sea that both China and Japan say are theirs. These islands are called the Senkaku Islands in Japan and the Diaoyu Islands in China. This dispute over land is a sensitive topic for both nations, and it can sometimes make their relationship difficult. Despite these challenges, both China and Japan are working hard to build a stable and cooperative relationship. Leaders from both countries meet and talk regularly. They know that a peaceful and friendly relationship is very important for their own people and for the region. They try to manage their disagreements carefully, using diplomacy and talks to find solutions. Finding ways to cooperate even with problems is a big task. A good relationship between these two powerful neighbors is key for peace and growth in Asia and around the entire world. They continue to search for common ground and a shared future, hoping for greater understanding. 7. Daily life and culture. Daily life in China and Japan shows many interesting things about their cultures. People in both countries have special foods, popular sports, and strong family traditions that shape their everyday experiences. Let's look at food first. Chinese food has many different styles, coming from various regions of the country. For example, Peking duck is a famous dish, often served with thin pancakes. Another popular Chinese dish is Kung Pao chicken, known for its spicy flavor. In Japan, people often eat fresh seafood. Sushi and sashimi are well-known Japanese foods made with carefully prepared seafood. Ramen, a delicious noodle soup, first came from China. But today, it is a very popular and iconic Japanese food with many regional variations. Next, let's talk about what people like to do for fun and sport. In China, sports like basketball and table tennis are very popular. Many young people and adults enjoy playing these games. Traditional activities are also common. For example, Tai Chi is a slow, graceful exercise many Chinese people practice in parks. In Japan, people enjoy both old and new sports. Sumo wrestling is a very old and respected Japanese sport. Martial arts like judo and karate are also important. Sports from other countries like baseball are also very popular in Japan, with many professional teams. Finally, family and traditions are very important in both cultures. In China and Japan, families are central to daily life. People have a strong tradition of respecting older people. This means younger generations show honor and care towards their elders. In traditional Chinese families, it was common for many generations to live together in one home. The oldest male was often seen as the head of the family. While modern life is changing some customs, the deep idea of the family as a strong, connected group is still very important in both China and Japan. People greatly value their family connections and cultural traditions. 8. The future together. China and Japan are two important countries in East Asia. They share a very long history. For many years, Japan learned from China, including writing, Buddhism, and government ideas. Japan then made these ideas its own. However, their history also has times of war, which still affect them today. Today, China and Japan are very different in size and population. China is a much bigger mainland country with over 1.4 billion people. Japan is a smaller island nation with about 125 million people. They also have different governments. China has a communist government, while Japan has a democratic one. Both countries have very big economies. They make many products from technology to cars and trade globally. Their cultures are rich with traditions, delicious foods, popular sports, and important family values. Even with strong connections, China and Japan still face problems. They sometimes disagree about how to remember their shared history, especially difficult war times. There are also disagreements about some small islands in the East China Sea. These issues can make their relationship difficult and need careful talks. Despite these challenges, The relationship between China and Japan is extremely important. They are two of the biggest economies in the world. Their trade affects many other countries. What happens between them can greatly change things for all of Asia. It also affects the global economy and peace worldwide. Therefore, a stable relationship is very important for them. Looking to the future, China and Japan need to keep working together. They are members of many international groups and cooperate on global issues like climate change and trade. It is important for them to talk about disagreements calmly. They need to build trust and understand each other. Both countries want a stable and peaceful region. If they manage problems and focus on common goals, their cooperation can grow stronger. This will benefit their people and the world. Their future together is about finding common ground and building a peaceful path forward.